Hello and welcome everyone to another StarCraft 2 England cast. This is game 2 of a best of 3. It is between TSLRevival and IMYongHwa. Yonghwa is the blue Protoss player in the top position, Revival the red Zerg player in the lower left position. The map is an IPL map. It won't be familiar to most people. It is the Atlantis Starship map. And well, what are the key features? So we have a quick little tour. Well, firstly, narrow RAM to the main, that's fairly normal supply depot. Then you've got your natural. This is really easy to defend. The critical thing though is only one gas here. That's really interesting. But it is relatively easy to defend. This is quite a narrow choke. And then you've got to take a decision on your third. Well, this is probably going to be your natural third base. The fourth base is, well, that's a bit harder to go. I mean, there's this Vespian geyser here, but it's behind, like, gas is really quite peculiar, so there's basically three, so you could take a third base here, but it's more risky because, well, it's more out into the centre of the map. There's lots of different attack paths through. It's, well, actually it's not, it's relatively easy to hold looking at it, but it's susceptible to drop plays because this isn't very far at all. Also cliff walkers can come up there. It's all very cool. It'll be interesting to see how these two players really utilise that. There's also a watchtower on the very top, but no watchtower in the very south position, which again is slightly more peculiar. It's just a bit more of an odd map. It's not symmetrical, as far as I can tell. No, or it is, but it's just no, it's not. It's symmetrical that way, I believe. Yep. So anyway, that's beside the point. I just spent ages literally talking about the symmetry of a map, which is a bit strange. So back to the game. So far, we do have Revival. He went for a more standard 15. Yeah, it would have been 15 pool, which is very normal. Pylon block coming down here from YongHwa, that's to be expected. A Forge fast expand out of YongHwa as well. So this is all pretty standard right now. Nothing that either of these players can do from this that is too unexpected. And well, this is very different to game 1. Obviously, game 1, Revival went for that awesome Overlord. Fast lair on one base with Overlord spreading creep to get spine crawlers with the Zergling speed, but YongHwa defended it awesomely, so YongHwa is one game up right now. Now we do have the third being taken first, but the probe's there and he's building a pylon. The Overlord will see it, but I fear cannons could go down anyway, and well, there goes down the photon cannon. It's forcing a cancel, and now this is irritating. So a new third being taken by Revival, so that photon cannon probably will get cancelled. There's no point really in Revival trying to take it out. It'd be much better off just taking out this pylon. Now of course, I haven't seen enough games on this map to really judge just how different key elements will get involved. I'm just having a look around really. I mean, I'd imagine just by the base layout, we'll probably see YongHwa try to take actually thinking about it, I reckon he'll try and take this base third because he can then defend this position a lot easier, and there's not much a Zerg player can do to really push in. You can defend up here and back this way as well quite nicely. As for Revival, he's being forced to take this third, which does have the rich Vespian guys. Now that's really helpful for him actually, because essentially what that means is that he can get a lot more gas for a lot fewer drones. It will really help him in getting up higher in the tech. But so far this is all going a lot more standard. I mean, I do apologise if I start saying anything stupid. I've been up for like 17 hours now. I have to be up in 5 hours, but I've been so busy I didn't have time to do a cast today, so I'm just hammering this series out now to upload while I sleep. So do bear with me, but I hope my kind of partial insomnia is going to help in my casting ability. That is the plan anyway. So we do have the natural, well, it's not bad for the second base up here for Revival. He's getting ready to take his third. He does have enough minerals, and there we go. So there's the third down. Obviously the pylon is still there, so I know the fourth timing does come down. I don't actually know if YongHwa is aware. He is aware this base is down, so that's fine. Meanwhile, if we take a look at the cyber core coming down now, this is really gearing up to be quite a long game. At least going into the heavy mid game, because essentially the earliest that YongHwa can really go for a push off of something like this is roughly about 7 minutes 30 is the complete earliest, probably looking more like 9 minutes. And likewise Revival, he's looking at sort of 10 minutes plus before he puts on any pressure. He's going to play defensive before then, and essentially that's just because why not? You want to get up to 70 plus drones, really 75 plus is ideal. As Zerg, it allows you to really just macro to the max and then just pump units, and that is exactly what Revival will aim to do. He'll tech up, usually tend to see lair for roach speed out relatively quickly, and then into either Aspire for Corruptors into Broodlords. The early Infestation Pit's always an option. Upgrades are possible, not always guaranteed though. As you can see here, Revival hasn't got any super early upgrades. He's only just got this Extractor now. Well, quite a while ago he did get it up, but he does have that 100 gas. The first 100 gas went to the Metabolic Boost. He hasn't started Lair yet, but literally as I say that, he clicks it, thinking that should be coming out. This Overlord placement, brilliant, up on the high ground, exactly where it can't be seen until air units are out, and it does give him the option. But we do have this double Stargate coming out now. This is going to be really potent. It's a big commitment, but the Overlord has seen it. Essentially, the fact the Overlord has seen this double Stargate has revealed exactly what IMYongHwa is going to do. And I mean, the only decision now is really whether it's going to be Phoenix or Void Ray. That's the big thing now. One does get cancelled, so it's a fake double Stargate. So essentially, that's going to probably make Revival overcommit to his air defense, but he's still getting that Roach one out. He's not panicking too much. He's just getting out of, well, only a Phoenix coming out for IMYongHwa at the moment, so that's actually probably quite wise. We've got additional gas coming down, no gas up at this third base. We do have the Roach One Evo Chamber combo. The Evo Chamber going to be essential to get the Spore Crawlers to defend against the air. Obviously, Lair is nearly done, so a Hydrogen is possible. That's a quick air solution if your opponent is going mass air, and that is exactly what Rival's gone for right there. So he is pretty much ready to deal with a mass air play. But of course, if you look, we do actually have just 3 more gateways adding on, taking him to 4 gates with a Robo, and with just a couple of Phoenixes out, these Phoenixes can be very, very effective. I mean, they can lift Queens and take them out, and now we've got double Spores coming out everywhere. 6 Spores is no light investment at all. If nothing else, it's 6 drones, and that loss of income can be really, really detrimental. Obviously, the Hydras, if we do see a lot of Hydras pumped, that can be a problem, but we do have all of these Spores down now to every base. That's really significant, but I mean, we've got this 4th on the way. The Phoenix aren't going to be able to do too much now. 1 Phoenix magically surviving with 2 health points. Do have more Phoenix coming out though now. We do have that robotics facility about to finish up, a lot of sentries out, and that +1 ground attack is on its way. It's about to finish, the robotics bay on its way as well. And now we do have Revival getting some Hydras out. Now Hydras melt to Colossus. It's not even funny. They just literally vaporize basically instantly. And that does not go well. We do have this rich Vespian Geyser. Not actually being mined from yet though, which is quite surprising. I'm also thinking with the travelling time, would 4 drones be optimum, or would 3 still be optimum? I'm not sure. That's quite interesting, but that's beside the point. The third base coming out for IMYongHwa, and that is what is really, really key, because that third base is when Protoss start getting really scary. They have the money to do whatever they want, but this Roach Hydra Force is starting to come out now. We do have quite a few Hydras, but once those Colossi hit, that's going to be a huge problem. Spire is on the way as well. Now that will help with the Colossi, especially if we do see IMYongHwa go for, well, if we do see Revival go for Corruptors as opposed to Muters, which would be expected if he's planning on dealing with mass air. Roaches are coming out 10 to the dozen though, so literally just so many Roaches will be on the field. We've got a lot of Hydras, and there's a small window of opportunity here for Revival, because obviously gateway units are completely wrecked by Hydra. Roach Hydra is really effective until those Colossi come out, and more specifically until they get out in higher numbers. We do have IMYongHwa moving out, but he's going to get a lot of damage taken here. I don't actually know if Roof Spines, yeah, the range upgrade for Hydras is done, that's what I was checking there. The Overseer is going to get taken out, the Phoenix are going down though to the Hydras, and really IMYongHwa has to defend this carefully. He needs some good force fields near that Colossi to stay up and deal as much damage as possible. And Revival actually going to pull back now once he has seen that Colossus, because he does not want to take big damage. And yep, 4 Harvesters, so I was correct in thinking 4 would be optimum instead of 3 because of the bigger distance. Never actually thought about that before. Bit crazy, but the Spire is now done for Revival. Revival is a good 30 supply ahead, but of course as this Colossi count gets higher and higher, it's going to become more and more of an issue. But not, of course, if you go 7 Corruptors. The one thing missing from this puzzle at the moment, in my opinion, is the Infestors. But Revival, if he gets a good number of Corruptors out and he takes out the Colossus quickly, the Hydras can clean up the rest really, really effectively. It's essentially Revival is going for a really high DPS output. Just deal as much damage as he can, as quickly as he can. And as long as the Colossi can't kill him before they're killed, Revival can actually do an awful lot of damage. This wall off really, really nice. 3 gateways, 2 pylons. That's basically preventing Ling run-bys from the back here. And it basically means that IMYongHwa only has to defend this area. which is obviously very advantageous to him. The Phoenix being used very, very effectively to get the scouts off, and well, these two forces are trying to get a good engagement on each other. The Corruptors are on their way, and obviously they don't want to go down too easily. We do have a lot of Corruptors coming in, but they are engaging alone. The Stalkers are trying to engage as best they can. One Colossus is about to fall, but a third has literally just popped out, and we don't want those Stalkers picking off too many Corruptors, or there's going to be big, big problems. The Infestation Pit is on its way. It is 3/4 done, or 2/3, probably more accurate. The +1 air attacks on their way. 6 more Corruptors coming out, but if we look at the loss tab at the moment, things are coming out quite a bit worse. About 1,000 more resources lost for Revival at the moment, who does have his 4th base up, but not many drones mining from it. But, I mean, this gas income is all important. Look at how good Revival's gas income is right now. He can afford all those Corruptors. He can afford to get that big Infestor numbers. But the longer this engagement goes on, Revival is, of course, maxed out. He's getting Hive and Pathogen Glands, which is great. But as I was saying, the longer it takes for Revival to deal a critical blow, the less likely it is it will come, because IMYongHwa, he is on that he's got that 3rd base up, he's getting the higher Colossus numbers, and basically he's going to be able to deal with this very, very effectively. Some force fields go down, but some a bit late. The Roaches do manage to get in, but a 3rd Colossus does come through. Are any going to go down? The answer is no, and there's some Roaches getting cleaned up, and this is exactly what I mean. The longer this goes on for Revival, the less efficient this army will be. The Hive just melt Colossus, and without like really staggering, overwhelming numbers, this force just won't be able to deal with it. The Infest is also really missing, because it means there's no fungal growth, which is really, really strong. And of course, the problem is Revival has used up all of his supply right now, so he can't actually get Infestors out. He's getting quite a few Zerglings out though, which is an interesting choice. He's also got that +2 missile attack, which is great because he's got Roaches and Hydras, and IMYongHwa is just poking forward and back, wants to try and bait a couple of units so he can get a wave of force fields. I mean, these sentries are all out, just giving a quick glance. They've all got, well, not huge amounts of energy, but all have got a force field on them, so that is fine. There goes down another wave of force fields. That was a bit suboptimum, but one Colossus falls. That was really, really quick. But quite a few Corruptors were picked off there. Still, if we look at the loss tab though, look how cost ineffectively Revival was engaging compared to IMYongHwa. IMYongHwa is nearly getting up to the point where just under half the resources lost, so that is really, really advantageous. More Hydras on the way out. Behind this, of course, the 3rd base happy up and running now for IMYongHwa. And, well, while this is a good move forward, and one Colossus goes down, this Revival's really best attempt yet he's been able to get at. And, well, there goes down another Colossus. If those Colossus fall quickly enough, a big reinforcement from Revival could be good, but there's just too many Stalkers. Even though all the Colossus have now fallen, a lot of supplies in Corruptors, and they are not good at shooting down. And this could be a big problem here for Revival. He does have more Hydras coming in. 20 Hydras is exactly what he should be doing, purely because they wreck Stalkers and Gateway units so well. But can Revival hold off until they pop? Well, that is a good question, but the numbers are getting higher. The supplies are pretty equal, but here comes all the Hydras. I just feel that maybe just be too much for the moment here for Revival to deal with, and especially now that Colossus is out, that is going to help so much. The upgrade advantage, it's 2-1 against 2-1, so upgrade is exactly equal, but now this is a very, very telltale sign. IMYongHwa is ahead in supply, and once that happens, it is never a happy ending for the Zerg player. Because of course that greatest part is on the way out, but these Hydras are getting cleaned up. They need something to soak up the damage. That's what those Roaches are going to be for. But there aren't going to be any Hydras to shield, and well, essentially this game is pretty much now IMYongHwa's. He is 40 supply ahead, well, 30 supply ahead, about to be 40 supply ahead, and there's the GG from Revival. So IMYongHwa takes this series 2-0, and that is just really, really nice play by IMYongHwa, and means that he scores some more points, which is always awesome. So if you did like this video, I've got a 3-step process to being awesome. Step 1, hit the thumbs up button. Step 2, hit the subscribe button. Step 3, leave a cool comment. Those are the 3 steps to being awesome. And you want to be awesome, don't you? Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. But most importantly, on a serious note, I hope you did enjoy. If you did, it'd be cool if you would subscribe and thumbs up the video. That'd be awesome, because new casts are up every single day. Usually cool tournaments, best of 3s. I really want to know at the moment, do you prefer best of 3s or ladder games? Let me know that. It would be super cool. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, and hope to see you again. Bye for now.